Hello.
Hey, come on, my. We're so glad you decided to join us this morning. Thank you. All tongue-tied and twisted. I'm so tired from the parade yesterday, I don't even know my own name. But tired is good, because then I know I'm alive, right? So we now ask you to stand as you are able and sing along with us.
Two.
This song. Holy, holy way.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love will heal us all.
Let me know that love will heal us all.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me walk each day a little wiser.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy
Yes, indeed. Let us live and love in a holy, holy way. I think that sounds like a great idea. Indeed. Hey, como mai. Welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii, where Son and God, we elevate global consciousness through the realization of oneness. If you always want to know and was going to ask the question, what is unity? Well, let me tell you. Unity is an all-inclusive, spiritual, educational, healing movement of practical Christianity, and it is founded in prayer. Unity's co-founders, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, both had profound healing experiences through the power of prayer. And prayer is powerful, and prayer works, for sure. Another way that us Unitarians like to gather an understanding of truth, as Myrtle and Charles did, is through the use of affirmations, which are very powerful statements of truth. When we speak them, giving them the power of our voice, they will eventually come into expression as us. So I think we should try on one for size today. Let's see. Okay, here we go. If you would be so kind as to speak after me with zelosity, because this is the month of? Oh, come on. All right, then. I think I heard some folks in Germany. Okay, here we go. Speak after me, please, with zelosity. I am divine. I am a radiating center of health. I am a radiating center of prosperity. I am a radiating center of peace. I am a radiating center of love. Now, those 4 affirmations, let's take a deep breath and let them permeate and fill us. because that is what we are, being so wonderfully expressed by who we are. If we will be so kind now as to stand as you are able and let that love that is you radiate all about those around you.
Remain standing as you are able. And let's sing about seeing God in every face.
Thank you, Zamar. Yes, see God in every face, including your own. It is so wonderful to have you all here. Thank you for being here. I'm Reverend Tim Lytle. I am the senior minister here at Unity Church of Hawaii. Last night, we've been celebrating our 81st anniversary as a spiritual community. So last night, we had a big luau. And so you see some of the wonderful decorations and things that Marcia Fithian and team and Joanne Adams did so much, and all those who helped volunteer and helped with last night's festivities. Would you please stand? Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great night. Thank you for all of that. And we want to welcome you here. If this is your first time here, or if it's your first time since I have been here, I want to give you a very special welcome. And we have a kukui nut lei as Tony is holding up for you, that represents being the light of the world. And we have a packet of information about the church that has a free breakfast pass in it. So you can go down here into the courtyard to get a free breakfast. So if this is your first time here, or first time since I've been here, if you would honor us by standing, we would appreciate that. It's an honor to have you here. Any first-time people, if you would stand? Oh, thank you. Right here. Tony was just waiting on you. Ah, perfect timing. And it's so good to have you here from the San Francisco area. Yeah, East Bay. All right. Oh, I love the dragon. I just now noticed the shirt. Okay. If you don't mind, we're going to give you a blessing. We're going to give you a blessing. So as we extend our hands, repeat after me. We bless you. We recognize who you really are. You are the love and light of God. Here on this planet, to do amazing things. And we are here to support you, to love you, to celebrate you. Welcome to Unity. Thank you. Welcome. And welcome to you all. And if this is your first time and you didn't stand, that's okay. You can come up to us later and we'll give you a kukui nut lei and the packet, and we still want you to get your free breakfast. Such an honor to have you here. And we have love streamers who tune in and watch us at various times because we archive the services. Some of them watch us live, but they watch us on our website, on our YouTube channel, on Alelo television, and listen to us on KSUN Radio in Wichita, Kansas. And so let's give them a shaka. Hey, we love each and every one of you. We bless you right where you are because we know all the presence of God is fully and completely present right where you are. So we're one family. There's no distance. We know the highest and best in your life, and we bless you and send you love. Let's give them some love. Thank you for joining us. Now today I am assisted by some amazing people. One of them is Reverend Levitt, who does so many things in the background. He and his wife Diana do lots of things in the background, and it's great to have him back on the platform. Let's give them a hand. And June Dillinger, who is a licensed Unity teacher, will lead us in the daily word and meditation in a little bit. And you can get the daily word down in Connection Central. Okay, so you can purchase your copy down in Connection Central, and we're so grateful for their assistance. Reverend Levitt.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a bulletin? There you go. This is your roadmap to all the treasures of Unity Church of Hawaii. Keep it handy at all times. You never know when there might be a pop quiz. Oh, that's me. There we go. I'd like to thank everyone for celebrating 81 years of Unity Church in Hawaii. Please give yourself a hand. 81 years. I often wonder about Reverend Marie Handley. First being asked to go, and then my response would have been, "You want me to go where and do what?" And then get on a ship that's going to point in this direction and end up on a very spick of land in the middle of an extraordinarily vast sea. I'd be asking on the boat, "What have I done and why?" And hopefully Spirit would have answered. But we're so very grateful for Marie Handley for coming here and establishing this church. We're very grateful. In the chair pouches in front of you, if you're so being led by Spirit to want to continue to celebrate 81 years of Unity Church of Hawaii, there are wonderful little special celebration love offering envelopes. If you'd like to give a little more to celebrate Unity Church's 81st birthday, please fill one out, put it in the offering basket, or give it to the office. And we as a ministry, continue to overflow with appreciation for your generous support of us completing our mission. And speaking of mission, I think we have one of our dear friends in the audience. He'd like to come up and announce a workshop coming up. Fred Spandler, please join us. And Fred's going to make it brief.
Aloha, everyone. Mahalo for having me. I'm Fred Spaniard. I came from Maui to tell you about some special events happening this week. One of the events is a free presentation here on Tuesday night. Love and light comes in many forms. Nikola Tesla discovered a form called scalar energy. And there's a fellow coming and his wife from Florida, Tom Palladino, to do a series of free presentations to tell you all about the amazing results people are getting, headaches and fibromyalgia and sleeping disorders and all kinds of ailments are being healed. So we invite you to come one of the 4 evenings. Tomorrow's at the Japanese Cultural Center, Tuesday here, Wednesday at a private estate, Thursday at the Japanese Cultural Center. Mahalo for having me. And if you want to know more about it, ask Kiara after the service because she had an amazing healing result. And we've got some cards we can give you. Thanks for letting me have the time.
Thanks, Fred. And now coming up on, let's see, on the 26th, I believe it is, at 5:30 to 6:30 in room 201, there is the Angel Therapy Workshop with Delibeth Reisner. Please come and join her as he will help you get more clearly guided or receive more divine guidance from the Creator and also from your angels. One of the individuals that guides me along my path is Brother Lawrence. Some of you may know of Brother Lawrence. He comes to me and puts his hand on my shoulder and says 3 things: boy, boy, boy. And how I hear those 3 words depends upon how I have behaved. Usually it's boy, boy, boy. But on occasion it's boy, boy, boy. But anyways, so please come to that workshop. It will be a wonderful time. And let's take a deep breath, if you will, and let's join together and sing We Are One.
There's so much happening in our world. I think of the flooding and hurricanes and things that have happened in the south, and Indonesia with earthquake and tsunami. I think about the issue with immigrants and so many immigrants that I have been close to. So many things going on in our world. Let's hold our world in a place of oneness, in a place of love, in a place of peace. I invite you to take a deep breath. Relax right where you are, knowing the presence of God right where you are. In this moment, Spirit, we know your sweet presence, the presence that opens our hearts, that anoints our very lives, so that each one of us is the anointed one, that anoints this service, the music and the spoken word and all that is done here, so that each one of us is ministered to right where we need it. We know for all of those who are love streaming, the presence, the life, the love that is God ministering with them right where they are. We lift up our hearts. We lift up all these concerns, knowing a world that works for everyone, knowing solutions that work for everyone, knowing peace, wholeness for all of those who are destitute, who are struggling. We know the presence and peace of God as we go into a moment of silence to lift our intentions. And in this present spirit, we release any anxiety, we release any worry as we place it all in the care and keeping of this infinite love and presence that is you. We give thanks, and so it is. Amen.
The daily word today is guidance. I am one with the loving guidance of divine mind. I am one with the loving presence of divine mind is our affirmation. Spirit expresses through all of creation as loving guidance, maintaining perfect order in all things. Today, I focus and take time to gain direction in all that I do. Since my essence is of spirit, I am one with the divine mind always. And I remember that truth whenever I feel confused, conflicted, or uncertain of what my next step should be. My mortal mind is limited, relying on yesterday's fears to make today's decisions. I choose to move beyond any perceived limitations to the loving guidance available through the presence of divine mind within. This day unfolds before me, filled with satisfaction and joy as I feel that loving guidance with every step I take, every choice I make. I am one with the loving divine guidance of my mind. Divine mind. Today's message comes from Psalms verse 119, chapter 119, verse 105. Your word is the lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. And with that, let's just take a breath and close your outer eyes for a moment in meditation as you experience the light that you hold within, the light that you shine, the Christ presence within this space we call a sanctuary, and the light of you that you take out into the world as you feel the guidance of this presence. Let it be you. Let you be the light today in this holy silence. Breathe in and feel the Spirit within. Guidance. It comes in so many ways. Trust your light and let fear dissolve, knowing that the presence and the power is within you, the omnipresence of God, your Christ light. Gently open your eyes and come back to this space. And let's celebrate the guidance that is within you.
'cause you are loved. Don't give up. It's just the hurt that you hide. When you're lost inside, I'll be there to find you. Don't give up, because you want to burn bright. When you're lost inside, I will shine to guide you. Everybody wants to be restored. Well, I can Everybody wants to be loved. So don't give up, because you are loved. You are loved. Don't give up. It's just the weight of the world. Don't give up. Everyone needs to be heard. You are loved. You
Christina Souza and the band, Danny Del Negro. Let's give them all a hand. Thank you. Do we have any victims in the house? Anybody here ever felt like a victim? Yeah? I mean, I'm sure some of you have. I'm looking today at Antidote for victims. An antidote. I mean, if you get bit by a poisonous snake, you want to get an antidote. If you get poisoned or something, you want to get an antidote. And if you get victim consciousness, if you get inflicted with that, you need an antidote. Otherwise, you suffer terribly. And so does everyone else around you. Well, not necessarily. We have a choice about whether to suffer with you. But I want to look at an antidote for being a victim. Now, all of us can experience things in life that can feel unfair. This morning, maybe a little bit before 3 o'clock, in the Makiki area where we live, which on Saturday nights, I don't know, people come out of the woodwork and they're drinking, they're drugging, they're doing all kinds of stuff. And so there's yelling and there's screaming and there's wailing and all kinds of things outside the window. And I was really, really tired. But I thought, well, I'll try to go back to sleep. Couldn't. Thought, I think I'll get up and pray and get up and meditate. Do my chanting. And so I was up for quite a while. Went back to bed briefly, and Olga Lucia was up most of the night too. So when we got up and went into the kitchen, have you ever just stumbled through the kitchen? Like you've been there before, but it looks like something brand new and you don't know where anything is and you don't know what you're doing, and this other person shows up in the kitchen and it's like, oh, it's my spouse, I think. And you're just sort of confused. And so Olga Lucia said, oh, we have some oatmeal. Okay. And so I was wanting to be nice. You know, I'm thinking, I'm going to start this day nice. So I reached in the spice drawer to get out the cinnamon. And I love cinnamon, so I covered my oatmeal so the entire top was covered. And I said, would you like some cinnamon on your oatmeal? She said, yeah. And I felt so good. Like, oh, I get to do something nice for this person who's been up all night. And I can show my love. So I sprinkled it on the oatmeal. And, you know, I go out on the lanai to eat my oatmeal. And she comes out there, what did you put on my oatmeal? This is spicy. Now, I love cayenne pepper. And every morning I drink hot chocolate mixed with cayenne pepper. And it just so happens that I keep it right next to cinnamon. Oops. Now, I loved it. I've never had oatmeal like that. And I mean, the top of my oatmeal was red, you know, and I mixed it up. I loved it. It's like, wow, oatmeal with a kick, you know. She wasn't so impressed. Have you ever just felt like things weren't going your way, weren't going right? Almost like there was some conspiracy against you. Like people had it out for you. People were trying to put you down or something. Someone looks at you wrong at the store, or someone looks at you odd at the family reunion. Well, that's what family reunions are for. But some of us get into this thinking where we begin to think that things are against us or that people are against us. And yeah, we teach this wonderful unity principle that there's no one and nothing against us, that there's only one presence and one power active as my life and as the universe. God, the good, omnipotence. Yeah, that all sounds good on Sunday morning, but when we're in the trenches and things seem to be going wrong, it's harder to remember that. Now, there's this guy that was beaten. He was stoned, not like stoned with drugs, but stoned with rocks. He was put in prison. All kinds of things happened to him. And even the people he was trying to help many times turned against him. This guy's name was Paul. And he wrote a whole bunch of letters. And they're in what we call the New Testament, the Christian scriptures. Whole bunch of them. Paul wrote more books in the New Testament than any other writer. And so I want to look at one of those passages. This comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. Philippians were the people that lived in Philippi. That's what you called people who lived in Philippi. Philippians, you know. When I was a kid, I thought, what a weird name. But anyway, 4:13. I have strength for everything in the one who gives me power. Or as it says in many translations, I can do all things through the Christ or through the one who strengthens me. So there's this presence within us that can never be defeated. Honest, there really is. But at times our consciousness forgets that and we lose that vision. And we fall in the victim consciousness. So I want to look at an antidote for that. Now, in Unity we talk about meditation, prayer, affirmations and denials, and all of those help cleanse our heart, our consciousness. I do lots of chanting and praying and meditating, and that helps cleanse my heart and cleanse my mind of the stories that I've developed. Did you know we all develop stories? Because the mind is a meaning-making machine. The mind is a meaning-making machine. So what you encounter in life, we have the tendency to make a story about it. You know? Like the clerk at the store is mean to us. And so we're thinking, oh, they think they can take advantage of me. Or we may think, oh, they're having a bad day. Maybe I can help lift their spirits. It depends on the story we tell ourselves. Most of you have TVs. Not everyone here does. But I have an amazing announcement for you. If you have a TV, are you ready? You can change the channel. Did you know there's numerous channels on TV? You don't have to just watch the one that comes up. The same is true in your mind. You are not obligated to stick to the story that comes up in your mind. You can change the story anytime. That's why it's called a story. You can change the channel. You own the remote. It's up to you. Actually, no one else has the power to make you mad. We are the ones, by the story we tell ourselves, that make ourselves mad. No one else has power over us. We are the ones who have the power to decide what our story is. Or to not have a story. So, when I was awakened at 3 in the morning, I thought, do I want to make a story about this? I really didn't. I didn't see how it would help, you know? Okay, people are drunk, they're loud. Okay, it's my opportunity to get up and pray. It's my opportunity to get up and pray. Seems rather early. However, it's my opportunity to get up and pray. So I started doing something that's called what if upping. What if upping? What if up? You know, so if you're with somebody this week and they're complaining or having a really difficult time, say, what if up? Now, I said that to someone on staff this week, and they said, what'd you say? What if up? We learn in our culture so much about what if down. That is, what if I can't find a parking space in Makiki? You know, it's very tight parking. And those people are so rude. They're always stealing parking spots right before I get there. Okay, that's one story. Another story could be, what if there's amazing parking spots open for me? Oh, look, there is a spot that a mouse could barely fit in. I know my car will fit in, and it does. It depends on the story we tell ourselves. What if upping is, instead of putting the situation down, saying, what if this works for my highest and best good? In another letter written by Paul, and by the way, you know, he was in prison when he wrote that particular passage to the Philippians. He was in jail. And in Romans, oh my, he experienced so much imprisonment and difficulty in Rome. But in Romans chapter 8, verse 28, he says, all things work together for good. Really? You sure? In the Hebrew Scriptures, the Old Testament, Joseph had these brothers, and they were very jealous of him. And so while the father was gone, they sold him into slavery, and he was taken into slavery, and then he got falsely accused and went to prison. Seems to be a theme here. But then it all ended beautifully because he ended up being one of the top rulers in Egypt, and he ended up actually saving his brothers' lives. And he said to his brothers, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. That's what if-upping. Like, what if, as I'm standing in this long line to check out at the register, what if this is the opportunity to meet someone wonderful that I need to meet? What if, as I'm talking with this person in line, it cheers up their day and it cheers up my day, and other people begin to listen in and they begin to join in the fun? What if the cashier who's been standing on her feet all day begins to notice the excitement and feels the shift in the energy? And what if other lines begin to notice and begin to do that in their lines? I've actually witnessed this because I've actually instigated it. What if? What is possible? When we know the presence of God living in, through, and as us, then nothing is impossible. So as we what if up, we begin to align with divine mind, knowing and revealing all that is already good, all that is already there. Let's say you're in a difficult job. What if this job is helping to develop me into the person I need to be? What if this job is actually an answer to my prayer to help me to become the answer to my own prayer? What if the people that annoy us in our lives are actually there to help us to grow? What if we can actually evolve and grow and expand? What if those difficult circumstances in your life may be the springboard for something amazing to happen in your life? What if God is actually God? Living as us. What if? What if the universe is conspiring on our behalf? What if the words that we say and the thoughts that we put into motion and the actions that follow actually set up a power through the universe to bring it about and to unveil our greatest yet to be? What if? And when I begin to do this, I don't feel like a victim anymore. In fact, I know I'm not. Because then I align with that divine nature that I am and know that I can reveal this amazingness, this God presence, wherever I am. I do a lot of meditating, praying very early in the morning and late at night on our lanai. And so I see these people, you know, there's thousands of people who live right around us. Just in eyesight, thousands of people. And I see this one couple, they're so loving and nurturing and caring with each other every morning. He goes to work at 5:30 in the morning. His wife is always there to greet him on the way out at 5:30 in the morning. 6 in the morning, she goes out to walk their little cinnamon-colored dog. And all these people that I see, I'm praying for them. Every single one of them. Every day. And I don't know them, but I know that we are one, and I know that there's something amazing that's going to happen in their lives. And so I'm watching this man and his partner go out and walk this dog. And a few days ago, I'm like, God, what if I could meet them? What if instead of just seeing them from a distance, I could actually run into them in the street? What if they would actually be open to that? What if that actually could happen? What if they're amazing people? I parked our car at a different spot than I normally park. We looked from the lanai, and Ogalusi is like, why'd you park it over there? I said, it was available. But you never park over there. Well, that's where I parked. But I was thinking, what if something good comes out of that? So we went down to our car, and we had the car going. We're in the car. We have tinted windows, and the windows are up. And guess who walks by? This man, Herman, with his dog, Canelo. Canelo is Spanish for cinnamon. I didn't know that at the time, but I recognized who they are, and they're walking past. But the dog looks back at the car, and the dog is pulling to come towards us. And I've watched these people for a year. The dog has never done this. The dog always just stays by their side. The dog is trying to get to our car. And it's like he's looking right at me, and I start waving, and he's trying to come to me. I'm like, really, God? So, Olga Lucia doesn't know what I'm doing. The car's running, the air conditioner's going. I jump out of the car. And I walk up, and it's like Canelo is like just wanting to see me. And I come down, and we greet each other like old friends. And Herman is saying, I've never seen Canelo do that. It's like you know each other. Of course, I'm thinking, well, Canelo can feel the energy, but I didn't say that. But we got into this wonderful discussion and found out that he's an immigrant from Honduras, works very hard, very wonderful person. And it's like, that all happened from prayer and what if upping just a few days ago. And he's like, so we're talking, and I'm saying something, and he's like, curious about where I work. And we tell him about this place. And he's like, we're looking for a church. What if the miracle is waiting and ready right where you are with whoever you are with? What if all you need to do is to realize, what if this is leading to something wonderful? What if this is the opportunity to experience God? What if this is an experience of a miracle? What if this is the presence of God in this experience wanting to reveal itself as something unique? What if I can unfold to all of this good? This last week we got to see the play, the musical from Midpack called Oliver. You know about Oliver Twist? And Oliver Twist was this orphan who is living in poverty and being taught how to pickpocket and so forth. But he's a really good person, but he didn't really know who he was. He gets arrested for something he didn't do, and the person who accused him feels bad and notices something familiar about him. And it's through those bad experiences that Oliver finds his family and finds that they are rich and very loving. What if you are the presence and expression of God? And what if that presence is absolutely prosperous and abundant and has no lack or limitation? And what if you are the actual representation and expression of that presence? What if you have no limits? What if? What would be possible? Well, anything could be possible. Now I see why Paul would say, all things are possible. What if? That's the antidote to being a victim. Aloha.
What if you stand? What if you sing along? And what if you dance? I'm just saying. What do you think?
What if?
What if? What if we have a great time right now?
What if I think?
What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? What do I want? What do I desire? What will bring me to my highest good? Prosperity,
Prosperity,
I claim it.
I claim it.
Abundance,
Abundance
is mine.
is mine.
Love
Love
flows through me.
goes through me.
I feel joy
I feel joy
all the time.
all the time.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine.
It is mine. Peace
Fills my heart.
fills my heart.
I surrender.
I surrender
Everything. Health
Health
is my birthright.
is my birthright.
Passion helps me sing. I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I am it.
I am it.
It deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine. Let's bring it on down. Oh, I feel it. Are you ready, boys? Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. I release and let go.
Let go.
I accept
I accept
what is mine.
what is mine.
I can have
I can have
what I want.
what I want.
And let spirit direct the flow. Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Life is great.
Life is great.
The song is done. Yeah.
All right, then.
All right, Christina, Susan, Zamar, thank you. So as we get ready for our morning offering, we do this in celebration, knowing that we are circulating divine good and abundance. We don't give from a place of lack. We don't give from a place of fear. We give from a place of knowing our highest good. So I want you to give. Sounds rather brash. I want you to give for your good. I want you to give so that you experience abundance. I want you to give so that you can release any fear of lack or limitation. I want you to give for your spiritual highest good. Now, there's many ways in which we can give. We can give in terms of time, volunteer service, in terms of how we are blessed financially. There's many ways in which we can give. But, you know, that guy Paul, God loves a cheerful giver. Now, why did he say that? God loves us all, but it's the cheerful giver who experiences the joy and the abundance of what we are circulating. So as we get our tithes, offerings in our hands, or place it over our heart, repeat after me. I bless this offering, with joy, with zeal, and with happiness. And so it is. Amen.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. To probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No one waste to you, don't waste my time. Because I'm clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm clap along if you know what happiness is. who's talking this and that. Oh, give me all you got and don't hold back. I should probably warn you I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste my time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. My love is too high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, happy, can't nothing bring me down. My love is so high. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm clap along and you feel like a room without a roof.
Don Farmer and Zamar and Christina, thank you. Woo. Yeah, all right. So let's extend our hands. As we bless this offering, we know that it represents infinite substance of which there is no lack or limitation. Just as our lives are the light of the world, we go from here to bless this world with our light. And we give thanks and we say together, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you. And we have some amazing prayer chaplains that can help us, because prayer chaplains will know the truth with you. You may have something that you're grateful about and you would like to just come up and express thanks. It may be something where you are concerned about some issue that is going on in your life. And you would love to just connect with these amazing prayer chaplains. They are prayed up. They hold it all in confidentiality. And coming up here to pray with them, I mean, that's a step of prayer in and of itself. You know, that's a step of prayer in and of itself. You can always seek them out privately later. But hey, which one of us doesn't have something going on in our lives? You know what I mean? So feel free to seek out these prayer chaplains. And remember, prayer chaplains, 1 o'clock, we have a meeting. I started saying a prayer meeting. It is a prayer meeting. We're going to pray together. We're going to hold the high watch. All right. It's so good to have all of you here. And those of you who are new, please make sure you go down and get your free breakfast. And those of you who are returning, we are so grateful you've returned. Thank you for coming to be with us. Let's give all of our new and returnee people a hand. Thank you. All right, let's stand and join hands as we sing our peace song and Aloha Oi.
1, 2, 3.
With God
In every season, in every moment, before I bring my need, I will bring my heart.